Hello, everyone. My water is empty, so I must fill it up first. Oh my god, why is the cap on so tight? Anyways, I'm British now. I'm Mrs. Doubtfire-ish. Anyways, happy Friday, everyone. Hold on, let me adjust my headset. Okay, that's better. Anyways. Yes, hello everyone. Happy Friday. It's definitely a little, it's been a while since I had, a stream on a Friday. Yeah, I apologize for, I wanted to stream earlier this week, but I was kind of busy because, right, I think I mentioned before, I have a friend in town. And then, yes, I actually wanted to stream yesterday, but my wrist was really bothering me, so I didn't in the end. But, yeah, how's everyone doing today? As you can see, we are back with some art stream. So yeah, very important that my wrist doesn't bother me. We finished the bakery, which is really here. I did something different. I did a perspective render for once. But yeah, this is how the bakery came out. Quite happy with it, honestly. I think I'm done. Yep. I specifically want to do perspective render because given the fact that we went through so much trouble to make sure it looks good from a couple different angles, like, right, like my concern about the space here, the amount of negative space there would actually be in a practical space, like, from an isometric render, it looked fine. And we don't talk about the fact that this is not touching the ground. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't upset me. It doesn't upset me. Anyway, but yeah. Oh, this is here. Perspective renders. Ooh, ah. I like this one. This one looks nice. Getting a sky view. Krabby Breads! Anyways, yeah, we're done with that, so we are gonna start something new today. Anyways, yeah, sorry. So we are going to be getting back to doing a little bit of a house. And I'll be completely honest, I have a couple of different things that I actually want to work on right now in terms of modeling, like in terms of like bigger picture project. And I haven't really decided yet. So instead I'm going to start with a prop that is probably going to be in it no matter what, and that is one of these motherfuckers. I think that these are so incredibly beautiful. It kind of looks like in theory. You know what? Is there a difference? Okay, yeah. Okay, so these are different plants, but it looks kind of like an Anthurium if you think about it. Yeah, I really like these. I think they're beautiful, so it's gonna give a crack at modeling one of these. Do you get nostalgic over Zelda music all the time? All the time. Like I hear Zelda's Lullaby and I just want to cry, man. Like any rendition of it, because I just think about right the first time I played Ocarina of Time, I was so excited to play. It was amazing. What about you? Also, hello, no name. Happy bumfuck o'clock. It is the wee hours of the morning for you. I mean, I guess it's Friday night, but it is unfortunate that you're still up so late. I'll make up for it tomorrow. Are you someone who like because I don't know about you, but like just personally, like I always have such a hard time staying asleep if I'm up to like for me it doesn't matter what time I went to bed. I will kind of always wake up around the same time without fail. So it is why I go to sleep early. I think I might have mentioned this before, so I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself. But what about you? Because I mean, there's truly nothing wrong with like going to bed at the 4 fucking a.m. if you can sleep until like noon or 11, you know, because you're still getting a 7 hours of sleep. You get it at like just because you get it at quote quote non-conventional, whatever the fuck that means, times doesn't mean you're not getting it. I don't feel nostalgic for too much except Roblox. I played a lot in 2010. That's amazing. Always had trouble sleeping, but I make sure to get up in time for important stuff. That's good. Being habitually late. Not habitually, but like, I don't know about you, but people who are... I have so much respect for people who like, right, who like to sleep in and like tend to... Or like, I don't know. I have a lot of respect for people who are like... sorry, this is... How do I phrase this? But it's like super respectful, I think, like when you are able to get up for something really early in the morning despite not wanting to, right? Very high amounts of respect for people who can do it. because it's like, it's natural. Like, waking up is hard. Nobody wants to wake up, you know? Things at rest tend to stay at rest, things in motion tend to stay in motion, that kind of shit. So if you can wake up, right, for important stuff, it's a good skill to have. Also, hello, Rogue. How's it going? How you doing today? Trying to get a good gauge at what these leaves look like. The leaves are actually quite similarly shaped to the flower, just a little longer. That voice you do is like Pavlov's me always do like Pavlov's me into always tuning in. What? Which voice? That's just my voice. Getting ready to go see a friend for a watch party of our show. Ooh! Pokemon music hits my fucking soul. This is not Pokemon music though! This is Zelda! Bruh! Some of my best memories with cousins and my brothers growing up are associated with Pokemon music. Aw, that's sweet. I feel weird listening to different songs from classic games sometimes because I can remember them for being in Roblox, not from their actual games. You want to hear a really funny story about Roblox? Didn't even notice. Oh, you're talking about the Scottish accent, right? When I'm just like, hello! Final Fantasy music is a staple of 2010s Roblox games. I know it's Zelda music. Each time you have music nostalgia, like No Name was. Okay. I wasn't aware that you were. Okay. See, I don't know who's tuning in exactly when, because the question about nostalgia was like brought up before we got here, so I wasn't sure if you'd heard or not. Eesh. But anyways, watch party, woo! Have fun. It's a nice activity for a Friday night. Zelda's also nostalgic. Can roast me now? Yes. Also, yeah, I have to share my Roblox story. So the one and only one time I've ever played Roblox was like a couple of years ago. Did we stream it? We might have streamed it. I don't remember truly. But I played with BB. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Bits are happening. Oh, hello, hello. Pterodox? Is that pronounced correctly? I'm sorry, I don't know if that was correct or not, so please, spell it out for me like I'm an infant if I got it wrong. But hello, how are you doing today? Pterodox, so let's fucking- oh my god, hold on, sorry, that was really loud too, is it just- I'm sorry, it's like making me go deaf, hopefully. You know what, it has to ear blast with bits. From a fellow Blender artist, I'm so sorry. We're using Maya today. But also, hello, welcome to these parts. How's it going? I really deeply regret to inform you that I am only a situational Blender user. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not gonna do the bend now because the leaves are probably all gonna want to be bent a little differently. So we are going to just do this, not like that. There we go, smooth the whole object. Maya's still good at program. Alright, alright. I will admit that despite being a Maya user for modeling, I think Maya sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it sucks, but Maya is primitive these days, honestly. Blender is a very excellent tool at like keeping up with the times and adapting. If that makes sense, at least in my opinion. But thank you for the bits as well. That was not necessary, but thank you. The interface is so outdated, that's what I think. Yes, exactly. I agree. Maya is so glitchy and archaic. I need to learn Blender. I would say that I actually think performance-wise, I found that I enjoy, or Maya has always worked a little better for me. Blender has a lot more issues crashing, I think. But I always feel that it's because Blender introduces new features and functions so much more often that you're gonna run into a lot of crashing, right? When you introduce a new feature. Stuff like that. Like, Maya is all reliable, right? It's always gonna work for the same thing. But it's, not gonna grow. But yes, also I'm so sorry, No Name, we keep getting distracted from the Roblox story I'd like to share, so I'm gonna really quickly pause like the other conversations happening in chat. So the only time I've ever played Roblox, it's so fucking funny, was I don't think we streamed it actually. I might have streamed it to the Discord, so people came and hung out there. But it was me, Samp, BB, and I think Salty was playing too. And we were literally using like a public Roblox server. And there was no one on it. Like, we just found something that was empty. And a bunch of kids who didn't speak English literally came in and cyberbullied us off the server. They didn't, like, cyberbully us, but they were talking in Spanish. And, like, fortunately, like, between the four of us, we knew enough Spanish to understand what they were saying. And they were like, being like, who are these idiots? Like, oh, they don't speak Spanish. And I was like, they were kind of like, just ignore them. We can play our game. Like, they're just there. Okay, they're part of the scenery. And I was like, bro. And this was not like 10 years ago. This was like 2 years ago. We were all fucking adults getting cyberbullied off of this public Roblox server by 11-year-olds in, I don't know, maybe Mexico. Who fucking knows? Or maybe like, you know, it's possible that they were in Spain because this was like 1 a.m. East Coast time. And so that would be like 1 a.m. in a lot of different in various parts of Mexico or various parts of South America. Like, these children, it's past their bedtime! It was so cursed! Anyways, yeah. So they can roast you. Not even of a threat to get bullied. They're not worth it. It's true. They were just like, they didn't bully us, but they were passive aggressive and kind of forced us off. You're an NPC. That's literally basically what they said. Mai has a wonderful rigging program, and that's just too easy, but I prefer Blender to animate anything I make in Maya. That's kind of how I feel as well. I like making stuff in Maya, but I like doing stuff in Blender. I guess like the two verbs are a little different, right? And like I build all my scenes in Blender and I render with Blender because I like Arnold, not Arnold, I hate Arnold, Arnold sucks. I like cycles a lot, so. This Roblox grandma, no sleep. Like, bro, we got cyberbullied by children. You don't think you ever played Just Watch Your Brothers or Nieces / Nephews? I mean, I don't think, like, you don't need to play Roblox, but I don't think you're missing out on all that much. I thought I wasn't missing out, yeah. I think there's a lot of things I really do like about... There's a lot of things I really like about Roblox because it's kind of a tool for creativity. Like, I think stuff like Roblox is great because it lets kids express their creativity and make stuff without having to worry about, like, you know, development. Like, for example, because like making a game can be so hard. It's a lot of work, right? But when you have something like Roblox that just kind of allows kids to just like do the things that they want to do with it, it actually makes a huge world of difference. And like, I'm all for like basically improving tools to let anyone make games, right? Like, no one should feel inhibited from being able to make a game because they can't code or they're bad at art. Like, maybe they can't make a Polish game, right? They're not gonna make the next fucking, I don't know, a short hike or whatever, like, without having those skills of their own, but at least they can get an idea across. And that's the most important thing, I think, when making anything. You want to share your ideas, and if people like your ideas, they'll help you fill in the things that you don't have, such as maybe making art that exists in a short hike or whatever, right? Being able to write that code. So, like, sorry, I'm having a stroke now. What was I saying? But yeah, stuff like that I think is like actually why stuff like Roblox is really cool. It's just unfortunate that sometimes it's full of like 11-year-old turds who cyberbully you off of a public server. Roblox is way better. Stroke. Was better way back when. My brain, y'all. Yeah, I didn't play that much Roblox in the beginning. Like, or I just don't play that much. I've never played Roblox really much, right? But that is also my understanding, is that like it has increasingly become more toxic. That's my understanding of it as well. Also, yes, sorry, Pterodox, you asked earlier what we're making as well. I am making a peace lily today. or attempting to. It's gonna take a while because I am no professional. I'm just an idiot who has who like has a student license to Maya. So we're just vibing. We're just doing our best. Like cool design tool for kids, exactly. Yeah. Not to sound boomery. It doesn't sound boomery at all. Like, it's true. Things change over time. Like, I used to play a lot of Club Penguin, and I did stop playing eventually because I'm like, it's different now, you know? The only issue is not managed by Roblox itself, so some people can exploit the children to work for them when, yeah, or take their games from them. Roblox won't do anything about it. I didn't know it was that bad. Although I agree, give the community the tools and show the world who really deserves the job. Too many times I see fans of companies make stuff so much better than the company makes, yeah. Even more than just a job, though, the tools for creativity itself is great. Not my look or scene. I mean, it's fair, right? Because, like, again, I think it's really great for stuff like prototyping as well. Like, again, when you're just trying to get a quick idea across. But obviously, it's not a tool that you should be making and publishing, like, fully fledged ass games with. And, like, you can't really do that either because, like, that creates legal problems, too. And I can't disagree, really, with, like, the fact that, like, I don't think, like, because you made something, right? For example, if you made something in Roblox, I don't think you should get to call it yours either because someone did make those tools for you. And, like, you're using assets that, like, are not yours and stuff like that. So, like, you can't really call that yours, but, if anything, good to just prototype something and show it to other people. Because I think also, like... Not also, I'm sorry. I mean, that's the key, I think, between, Jeez, hold up. I'm so confused. I need to reset this shit. We're gonna reset it to 0. I need it this way. And this way. So, -90. I still have a hard time knowing which axis is which. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Well, because... Okay, yeah, so anyways, what I was saying is, anyone can have an idea, but not everyone can communicate their ideas to others, right? And that's the most important thing about any creative endeavor. It's like communication. And not to say that like you should make something that like is for other people, but if you again want to make something commercially viable, I hate those words, but in general, it is in like case. I'm trying to find a way to say this without like making too big of a generalization, but like it's obviously case by case, but a lot of times you want to make something that other people can kind of understand what's like you're talking about, right? Because I also think it's valid to say like you just don't get my art, but at the same time it's like I guess this is the thing, right? The difference between like art versus design, right? Cause I don't remember what the art side of the statement is, but design is problem solving. So there's a dialogue that happens there, because if there's a problem, you need an answer, right? I still have a student license as well, so don't downplay yourself. Aw man, thank you. Nintendo legal team 100 matches undefeated. Really? I mean, it's Big Daddy Nintendo. Club Penguin, bring that back. I love Club Penguin so much. I played the scuffed version. Bin Weevils, the what? Roblox gets a 70% cut from sales. I didn't know that. I wish they used some of that money to pay the moderators to censor stuff properly. Oh boy. Def Not Yours like legally or product rights. Yeah. New devs, it says definitely spiritually. I think it's like you almost said earlier, depends on the audience. Depends on the audience for sure. As is like everything in life. Blech. I don't know why I made a bleh sound, I'm sorry. this is looking so janky so far. It's looking real bad, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's parts of it that look okay, but it don't look that great. But we'll see. But anyways, Pterodox, what do you like to make in Maya, Blender, anything? What kind of 3D stuff do you like and do you enjoy making? Art is just for yourself or select few, but obviously if you're trying to converse with a wide audience, you need to learn more language and you need to care more. Can't be so annoying artist when it's that level. Exactly, yeah. Because I also think, this is gonna get a little harsh sounding, so I mean, also again, feel free to like kind of anything I ever say on stream as well, guys, like you have, please disagree or call me out if I'm kind of saying something like wrong or like shitty, because I'm just me, I'm just one dude, okay? These are all just like my opinions, and like wait, let me combine. Okay, one, opinions can be changed, and two, like, again, just my opinion, so none of it is like objective truth, far from it. And again, opinions can be changed, and I'm always very open to hearing like different perspectives, because how can I ever understand a perspective that's not mine if I've never told a perspective that's not mine? But like, I kind of do personally feel that like people who say like you just don't get my art are self-centered and conceited and don't like wait, that's going too ham. Like, I kind of see it as one, a little stubborn, but two, like it almost feels similar to me, right? As like akin to refusing to believe that anyone might be right other than yourself. That's what it feels like. Because again, if someone doesn't get it, and I guess like there's a difference between like people who make something and they're like, yeah, so this, or they don't sound like that, but like, yeah, this is what the meaning behind this painting is, and someone says, I don't get it. There's a difference between that and then someone being like, I don't get the meaning behind this painting, and the artist saying, or replace painting with any form of art. So it can be writing, it can be photography, it can be painting, it can be drawing, it can be making a game, it can be anything. It's kind of like they, So yeah. I should actually start using the ambiguous term art, right? So someone who's like, I don't understand this art piece, and then someone, who is like, you just don't get the meaning, man. The meaning is blah blah blah, and you don't get it. Versus, I don't get this art piece, and then the person who made it is like, I don't fucking know either, man. I just felt like fucking doing it. There's a difference there, right? Because when you feel like you make art with intention, but that intention doesn't come across, it's not a failure on your part at all. Like, again, people are different, and they really truly just might not understand, and that's not a fault on you, but I still think it's like, the you just don't get it is the cop-out answer. It's refusing to believe that you might be wrong. And again, wrong is not the right word here because it's art. Art is subjective. Like, just so they don't understand it, and that is of equally valid opinion as you also like understanding your own art. Cop-out for sure. Yeah, I think cop-out is the best, definitely the best way I've been able to describe it. Because, again, I guess this is actually pretty similar to what I said just now as well. Like, always feel free to call me out on my shit if I say something like wrong or you disagree, because again, how am I ever gonna learn if no one ever points it out to me? And it's the same in, I guess, as this. And like, I don't like being called out as much as the next guy, right? Nobody likes to be, like... Nobody likes feeling wrong. Nobody likes feeling like they did something not good. But... like, at the end of the day, those are just my feelings, man. My feelings will get over it. How do you guys, like, I always, because, I don't know, I'm a mixed opinion on this, because I feel like art, right, like, your feelings have everything to do with your art, right? Because art is emotional. It's hard to make art without having not saying without having emotion, but it's hard to make, it can be hard to make art without emotional investment. Not true of every case, but it can be difficult. But also at the same time, like, your emotions should have no place in your art either, because it shouldn't impact your ability to grow as an artist. Which is, like, again, it's a plus. I feel like it's a push and pull. It's a positive and a negative, because like your emotions can help you grow your art, but also your emotions can inhibit your art. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I am so sorry. I feel like Pterodox and No Name, you guys are probably like, what is she talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point, man. I'm just rambling to try and sound smart. I'm not very smart. I've come to understand in life the people that talk the most are not the smart ones in life. Hee. That's not true. That's definitely not true. Actually, a quick question for everyone then. Just like personal opinion wise, what do you personally feel is a sign of intelligence? Like you see someone do something, or they have a way of talking, or something you see in people and it kind of causes you to feel like this person's intelligent. I am curious what that is for everyone. Because I would definitely say, for me, because it just, what we were talking about just now makes me think of my answer. For me, a huge sign of intelligence is knowing when to talk, right? Like talking with purpose, not just talking because you have to talk or you think you should. I haven't thought about that honestly. For the most part, I'd say I get a feeling for it. Okay, this is gonna be possibly an stroke. It's gonna be a possibly impossible question to answer, but kind of when you think about like get quote quote get a feel for it, like what are some things that like make you feel that way though? Does it have to do with like tone of voice or? To me, it's humility in their own intellect. Can you give an example? I think actually also what you said just now, Rogue, makes me think of another part of my answer is definitely knowing when to, admitting when you don't know something slash wait, sorry, that's not what I want to say. Admitting when you're wrong. That I think is a huge sign of intelligence. Which again, I guess, not again, but I think it does a little bit relate to admitting when you don't know something as well. Okay, I royally forked that. We're gonna undo some of these operations. If I rationalize it, I'd say it's willingness to towards change, acceptance of different rationale, healthy skepticism, stuff like that. I like that answer. Or I like the way you put that too. It's very clear, but definitely willingness to change. I also feel that that's like a very big sign of intelligence. That sounded douchey, but was trying to be broad. I see. I think I do see what you're saying, because like obviously I don't know. I always like I feel like it's that mixed with a little bit of kind of what No Name said, right? Like, because a lot of people are fake humble, right? And I hate that, man. I hate that. I'm just like, I'd rather you just go full asshole, please. Don't pretend that like you are a saint. If you're gonna think you're the best, then just think you're the best, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess it's also like I would just prefer people be honest too. Honesty. That's another big sign of intelligence. Well, I don't know if that's intelligence per se, but I guess a good character quality. I don't know, like, I found that, like, the older I get, the less patience I have for, mesh just my soft mesh, here we go. The older I get, I have a lot less patience for, dishonesty, but there's a spectrum, because I'm not gonna lie, or I'm not gonna lie, I lie a lot. And that sounds kind of cursed. Because lying, I think, is bad. But also, is it always bad? Because I found that I lie in the cases and times that I'm lying, it's for purposes, right? Like someone doesn't need to know X truth because it might hurt their feelings, for example. And that's like a little bit more of a drastic thing, because it's not always like quote quote life or death someone's feelings on the line. But for example, I do like tell a lot of lies in the sense that like this person doesn't need to know this, so why should I say it? It's not important information to them in their day, in their life. So but we said admitting you can't know everything. I see. Change is dope AF. Hell yeah. It's always important to keep moving. Even if you feel like you're moving backwards, it's better than not moving at all. Because who knows, you move backwards for a little bit and you kind of get rocket propelled into a better place once you go forward again. Why is it so warm in my room? It's like really cold outside. I got the window fully open. scary, though. Change is scary, but you know, something I always feel, or not always, but like, I always just try and remind myself that if you're doing something that scares you, it means that, you know, how to say? I'm trying to think about like not like a good way to phrase this. I'm trying to really pinpoint what it is I'm trying to say. Because I'm not saying like if you feel scared, you know you're doing something right. Because fear is bad. Fear is definitely a bad thing. You know, there's a reason we feel fear because it inhibits us from doing stupid things that might get us hurt or in trouble, stuff like that. But also at the same time, like there's such thing as a healthy dose of fear where you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you're doing something different, and you don't know what's gonna happen to you and what's gonna be the consequences of like doing something, and that's important, you know. Because it means you're kind of again moving forward and growing and doing something different in life. Lying by withholding the truth. Yeah, kind of. I withhold the truth a lot. I don't think a truly intelligent person plays up the fact they're intelligent. You could be an extremely academically gifted, but flaunting shows lack of intelligence. This is also true. Everyone has very different types of smarts. Because what was I gonna say? Don't fully remember. But yeah, everyone in the world is also like highly intelligent, just in their own way. Or different ways. In their own way sounds kind of condescending. Like, kind of like, oh, you're intelligent in your own way. Blech. Broad, that's why my wording earlier felt so pretentious to me. Oh, no, I didn't get it. Like, I see now, because you said that sounded douchey. I understand now. I didn't understand what you were saying as well when you said that. I'm like, but it doesn't sound douchey. I like fully understand what you're saying. I forgot to duplicate the leaf. It's fine. We'll just make a new one. I mean, honestly, I feel like it kind of, like, I feel like maybe I did understand what you're saying. I don't even know why I asked, but, like, I don't know. I always just like to get clarification, too, so I understand what people are talking about, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what people are talking about all the time. I'm really confused a lot of the time. I have a good friend, she's so funny. So, English is her second language, and she came to the States actually earlier, about a year ago now. Or no, exactly a year ago now, because the semester, right, the new semester starting. And she admitted to me and another one of our classmates that she was like, yeah, so when I know what you're talking about, I'll say, yeah. And when I don't know what you're talking about, but am too afraid to, like, or, she didn't say too afraid, but she's like, when I don't know what you're talking about, but don't really know what to ask to clarify, I say, uh-huh. And I'm like, that's so funny. That's such a good trick, man. Oh, I miss her. She's coming back soon. Emotion intelligence, empathy, and control of emotions. I used to like that, but I have been working on my lying problem for a while now. I sometimes, you know, man, I don't know if it's... I don't know if this is me just trying to make myself feel better for having such habits, because I never really know if it's a bad or a good thing, right? Because again, I guess, like, by dictionary definition, lying, or, you know, thinking about it in the most binary, in a vacuum way, lying is bad. Because not being truthful is bad. But I don't know, man. I just get so caught up on how situational it can be, right? Like, what if, like, I have a piece of information that if you found out, it would really hurt you forever. And, like, I mean, I guess the part that I'm the most uncomfortable with is who am I to decide, like, because I'm not God. Why do I get to decide whether or not you get to know this information? But I think that's the part that feels the worst to me, not the fact that I am actively withholding the truth, because I know, like, something like, if I have information that I know it'll hurt you, then I'm not afraid to hide it from you, if need be, for the time being. Intelligence is such a broad thing to define. Yeah, that's why I feel kind of badass in the question too. Put a lot of people in the spot. I wish everyone could be philosophical every day. Getting philosophical this stream. I'm always very philosophical. That sounded really cursed. I just have a lot of thoughts, man. Whether or not they're, like, kind of productive and, like, helpful thoughts, intelligent thoughts, or intellectual thoughts, I don't fucking know, but my head is this is what my head stews with. But, yeah, I would say, because, like, on the topic of emotional intelligence, and, like, book intelligence, because I'm not the most, like, academic, like, I'm not the most academically talented person. Like, I'm good at school, but, you know, I'm no genius. I'd say I'm pretty average, but in terms of emotional intelligence, I feel like I'm pretty okay, and, like, street smarts. Oh my god, why did the pivot end up over there, bruh? That's the right amount, especially especially not to do unneeded hurt, right? I'd say it's important enough to hurt them, but they should probably know just the manner, so you shouldn't build a better environment. No, yeah, I can tell you're always like that. Just hard to fully discuss on stream chat. This is true, this is true. We should, you know, what if one day I do, like, open mic stream? I'd hop into a VC and just let people join. But that would possibly require a lot of moderation. I mean, I don't know how many people would even show up to something like that, because I don't know how many people are interested in it, but, like, if we have, like, 2 people dominating the chat, that's no fun for anyone. Take a number when it's your turn to speak. I hate that, though. Oh, it's too much work. Smells kind of good. Maybe, I think my neighbors are cooking. I'm pretty sure new neighbors moved in, like, across the street, because this is gonna sound really funny, a really weird way to describe, really weird way to put it, but the cooking smells different. I think my neighbors used to be, like, Chinese boys, so it always smelled like Chinese cooking, but I think now it's, I want to say, like, Indian. Forgive me if that's, like, I mean, not that anyone also lives here to smell it. That'd be really creepy. Please don't come to my house. I will cry. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, okay. Sorry, oh my god, my brain is doing so many mental gymnastics right now. Okay, yeah. Not that anyone's like in the room to smell it with me, but it does smell like kind of like Indian spices. At least from my limited knowledge of Indian spices. Academically intelligent, but not emotionally intelligent. I was academically gifted enough to get through school even though I missed a ton of lessons. Smart. That was really unintelligent. I'm sorry that I just, like, you said that. I'm just like, hey, smart. I'm just a fucking ape. I've always liked to think that I'm intelligent, but I'm actually really fucking stupid, I'm not gonna lie. I don't do talking online, but that'd be cool. I think it'd be fun, open mic night. I mean, I used to stream to the Discord occasionally. Just like smaller scale streams. Or like kind of small casual things, like I just do modeling for like an hour or something, or 30 minutes. Not like streams where they possibly tend to be a little longer. But I don't know, I stopped doing that for some reason. Intelligence is also like per subject or per collection of subjects. Yeah. I really struggled with math and was great in English. You know, maths is dumb. Who needs maths anyways? I haven't had to use that shit since high school, but I use English every day. Like, I could be good at math and shit at class. That's more intelligent than not even poetry, lit, etc. Exactly, yeah. I mean, do you guys believe the whole right brain, left brain stuff? Like, you know, we all have inclinations towards one or the other as well. Why do I keep royally forking up with this? Also, yeah, I've been rewatching bits of The Good Place, and I can't stop saying forking again. One of my favorites is Aw Dip! I like The Good Place a lot. It's a good show. I liked it. I thought that got debunked. It probably did, I'm not entirely sure. But I mean, at least you definitely use different parts of your brain to process when you do different things. So I think, like, right, when your English is, or language is processed in a different part of your brain, then stuff like mathematics, right? It's like, if my understanding is correct. I don't know, I'm a failed biologist, so... or, I left that path behind. Science was, not for me. Or, I liked science a lot, but... science as a profession, not for me. I don't believe it, but I find the workings of the brain interesting, for sure. The brain is a weird thing. It's just a lump of meat inside our skull. And yet, it basically is who we are. Like history and tech affect vice versa building off each other. That's not exactly what we're talking about. No, all good. It makes sense, though. Also, have we ever been known to, like, pick a topic and stick to it? Talk about whatever the fuck you want here, man. Failed physicist here. Hell yeah. Failed medical researcher here, baby. Or, I mean, I passed my classes with flying colors, but I just could not take it. I can't take it anymore, man! That was literally me. I just hate how, like, cutthroat, right, stuff like applying for med school can be. I had no interest in being a doctor. I wanted to do research. So I was like, I was not in the same competition essentially as the kids trying to get into med school, but honestly, actually, we might do this part, the flower part in Blender, because I actually kind of want to possibly use a particle emitter for this. I wanted to get into science stuff when I was super young. What changed your mind? I think I just fell out of it, probably when I stopped going to lessons. Probably before that. I think science definitely can be a really hard discipline to really, like, get the hang of. It's not really the right word, I think. It's, it can take a while to really get to where you want to be getting, essentially. Like, 'cause early science, like, science early on can just be so much gross memorization. And, like, understanding, I think, the fundamentals of science can take a really long time to, like, master. And, like, again, that's true of a lot of disciplines where it's like, oh, but you don't really need to do, or like, how to say this? Like, for example, when in high school you learn science or mathematics or anything, like, that's not quote, quote, real science or mathematics, right? It's not how people who do it professionally actually work, but essentially at the same time, like, those fundamentals are also still required for you to be able to do the higher level kind of work. I guess that can be said of a lot of things, but, there's a lot of fundamentals to wrap your head around in sciences. Also, especially like when you're young in school, taking your science classes, they make you learn like all the sciences. And like that's not to say biologists don't need chemistry, but also biologists don't need chemistry in the real world, and it can be a lot to learn. I mean, I don't want to say don't, because I don't know, I'm not a biologist, but, right, like, if you're, for example, a marine biologist doing dives, how much do you really need chemistry, for example? I tried to take philosophy class at school, but I was only actually one of the only 2 people who took it, so I got moved into health and social. I'm not really involved with science, but I always try to see what's relevant current day to model my worldview, for sure. I think that makes sense. And it's like the healthy appreciation of science. Not healthy, but, it's kind of normal in anything you do. Know enough of what's applicable to you, because there's just too much noise in the world for you to care about everything, obviously. Okay, why did I say it like that? It sounded so condescending. I don't know why, but sometimes I feel like I sound like a real bitch, and I'm like, don't! I promise I'm nice! I promise! Chem is so dry to me, yeah. I didn't like chemistry very much. I really enjoyed physics, and obviously biology. I never got to take a philosophy class, really packed schedule, but really want to take a class in my free time then to just taught myself. But definitely holds. Yeah, I mean, I actually started reading What We Owe to Each Other, again, Good Place, because, like, Eleanor reads it in The Good Place, but, I just started, like, okay, like, don't talk to me about this book yet if you've read it yet, because, or this text, I don't want to call it a book. Don't talk to me about this text yet if you have read it, because I'm literally on page 3. So when I say I just started reading it, I just started reading it. Philosophy would have been so cool to take. I guess I can make do with thinking really hard at home. If you think about it, that's what most ancient philosophers are. They just thought really hard about shit at home. Like, that's literally it. Dead ass, dude. Oh, who's giving? Who's calling me? Potential spam. My favorite caller. Okay, I think this is enough, so what we can do now is duplicate, mesh, combine. This might look awful, and just kind of rotate it around this pivot too. yeah, this looks god awful, but it's a good start actually. I think just for. Yeah, I think this is actually. We can work with it. Just kidding, I hate it. It's ugly, it's horrible. We're getting rid of this. Undo, undo. This is a bad idea. Great philosopher. Greek philosophers. Or just rich people could afford to get drunk and high while thinking about stuff. It's true! I wish I had that life. You're so hard on yourself, man, especially this stream. What? What'd I say? Now, what? Gaps in their thinking. Perspective of the rich far from person far from the material world. Exactly. You need the opinion of the little guy down here. Who's texting me? I guess to do a little bit of philosophy stuff in health and social, ID keeps the same in the States or ever called health and social. I think it's not called health and social in the States, but we would fully understand what you mean by saying that. But I would have killed the smoke with Plato. Dude! If you could have met any philosopher, who would you want to have met? If you could meet any history figure, wow, bigger in history, I guess on a more broad scale, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not familiar with too many philosophers. Who would you want to meet, though? I don't know why, but my meme answer that came to my head, which is really cursed, is like, I'd want to meet Mao Zedong. And I'm like, no, I don't want to meet that man. I really don't. I'm thinking about this quite hard, actually. Not gonna lie, there's quite few figures, I think, in history that I actually want to meet. Huh. It's really right to be. I would doubt I'd have anything to say to a major political figure. Yeah, I guess like because I'm also thinking about negative things, right? When I first initially asked that question, I was like, who would you want to meet? As like thinking about it, kind of who do you admire? Who would you want to get to talk to? But in my head, also now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, there's a lot of world leaders that I would love to give a piece of my mind, though. So like, I've been, I started reading The Sympathizer a couple days ago because I finished Pachinko, so I was able to move on to my next book. And right, because I also was in Vietnam recently, right? Sorry, I'm concentrating on this. I was in Vietnam last month, and we went to the War Museum, right? And I would have just loved to have met like Mr. President Lyndon B. Johnson, and just how man, there's so many people, like any world leader during a war, I would love to meet them, and just how could you, you know, how could you fight such a pointless war and hurt so many people? I mean, it's not applicable to every. Let me rephrase this, because obviously this is case by case. But like, so for example, because I'm just like, yeah, no, man, I can't necessarily blame well, yeah. Sorry, I'm having a stroke. What was I saying? Okay, yeah, I can't necessarily blame all the world leaders who decided to go to war against, for example, Nazi Germany. That's a different scenario. That's a different situation, right? That's something different, but like, something like the Vietnam War, which was just so makes my blood boil in a lot of ways, right? Because it's like, this is a war that, like, you are not fighting on Americans are involved, but Americans are not fighting on American soil. So Americans aren't the ones getting hurt, and you are literally spraying innocent people with chemicals, and you don't care. I've harped on about him for the past 3 streams, but I'd meet Mr. Dazai. That'd be sick. That'd be definitely very sick. I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't want to call him a literary. I don't want to say he's my literary hero because it's far from it. But I did get to meet like Andy Weir, for example, and I really like The Martian. It's like it's one of my favorite books of all time, and I was just man, because he always, like, in his interviews say that he makes great cocktails because he really likes bartending, and I was like, I was like, I really wanted to ask him, like, oh, what's your go-to drink? But then I was like, oh, there's a line of people behind me. Ah! So I didn't get to ask, but I'd murder LBJ and Kissinger. I hate any US president. Vietnam was a genocide. Korean War was a genocide too, but a lot more well hid. Cambodia too. Yeah, I read there's a great book called First They Killed My Father. I read it in high school. It's an excellent book, but for all the wrong reasons, you know. Yes, in high school I literally took a class about genocide. It was like one of my elective history classes, and we just like kind of learned about various genocides that occurred all over the world. And I'd never even heard about the one in Cambodia before this class, which is again proof, right, how well things get covered up sometimes. And how easy it is to fool people. Not like fool people as in like lying about the details of it, but it's so easy to keep people in the dark. I want to meet Edward Weston, photographer. Ooh, anything I'll wait, let me look up. Anything I might know? Let's see. I'm not very good with, like, figures, honestly. Where's my... Here it is. Ew, what the hell was that? A weird pinching sensation in my spine. Sorry, not my spine, like my shoulder. I do not know any of these. I am sorry. Max's dad was a Cambodian refugee. You know, I'm not gonna talk about it because I will just start to yell a little bit, but, it's... It makes my blood boil. Thinking about, like, I guess, like, especially during the Cold War, the U.S. in general, like, how they're fighting, like, right, there's the thing that's about how, like, a war hasn't been fought on U.S. soil since the Civil War, and that was, like, U.S. versus U.S. That's a civil war. Of course, I guess we're gonna fight it on U.S. soil. But it's pathetic, man. It's just pathetic. Like, treating other human beings without human decency. And committing literal crimes against humanity. And how you think it's ever justified. I don't care if you think communism is communism and sorry, I can't speak. I don't care if what you you think this is evil. You're evil for killing people for this. You know? Sensen Kurokour is always sees as a fool. Through history, I mean, for sure. Like, as well, because I was at the Vietnam War Museum, and there was, like, kind of snippets from American journalists as well reporting about it, because obviously, like, the Vietnam War faced a lot of, what's the word, pushback and protest from Americans at the time, right? Which is good, but also, like, I saw some stuff that said something kind of like, I think it was actually a pretty famous headline, it seemed. There was one reporter that said, the war is being fought in Vietnam, but the tragedy is in America. Something like that. And I think they were specifically talking about how people in America didn't know about the war. And I understand what they mean, because they're like, it's a tragedy that Americans are too fucking stupid, and like, the Vietnam War is not getting the coverage it deserves to get the American population to understand what's going on and care about it. But also at the same time, I was like, man, wow, way to make it about you fucking Americans imagining you're suffering. Like, cool. Cool. Yeah, the tragedy is that you guys are too stupid in your comfy homes to understand that there are people being sprayed with Agent Orange, which is gonna cause them deformation for the rest of their lives, and probably gonna cause their kids to be deformed, and their kids' kids to be deformed. And no one's ever gonna be able to live a normal life, even the ones that survive, like bombings and raids and shootings. They're never gonna get to live a normal life. They are gonna hear someone ring their doorbell and think it's like a gunshot or something. You know? What a tone dead headline, yeah. And it's like, oh man, these are probably people who thought they were woke as fuck, right? I hate it. Like, again, I get what they're saying. It was a good attempt, but just not it, Chief. Okay, we're actually gonna do this in Blender real quick. UV sphere. I always get UV sphere mixed up with circle, so. Particle emitter. Where's the... where's submission? No, don't render it. Thank you. Did I loop the playlist? Now I did. Sorry. I gotta catch up on chat. It makes you think of British colonialism. I don't think it's ever taught beyond a few sentences. We're never taught the full extent. Yeah. Again, history is written by the victors, and every textbook in every country, you're gonna have your own propaganda. Ending on an upsetting note topic, I tried to change it to photography. It's always upsetting. Blowback Podcast is a great history podcast with this stuff, but Weston is a foremost photographer, which is my jam. That's why my eye mostly sees and the photos I'm most proud of. But I gotta go. Oh, okay. Catch you later. Have fun at your watch party, but I will see you tomorrow for our engineering dinner. But I'll be back on stream again on Sunday probably anyways. We're gonna play some more Tears of the Kingdom. Hey. Anyway, sorry, why do I sound like hey? Why do I sound like that? Like I'm just drooling. I'm gonna export this. I'm just gonna call this piece Lily, what's it called? Stamen? I know we googled this before, but I'm stupid. Selected objects, don't want everything. Now, file, import, document, artwork, 3D models, piece Celestine, and... Okay. Maya's probably gonna have a heart attack for a second, and then we're gonna run the reduce polys command on it. Huh, I actually kind of fucked that up. We definitely don't need that many. Issues, there's some overlapping, but whatever, that's life. See you tomorrow, I'm excited to meet and talk about lighter things, I hope, for sure. But yeah, have a good rest of your night. But yeah, anyways, no name. What would you like to talk to Dazai about? What the fuck? I mean, okay, we can just manually delete some of these because there's way more than we actually need in here. Well, I hope it's okay to get a little personal, for sure. And again, like, sorry. Feel free to share what you do want to share, and if you don't want to answer this question as well, like, feel free to be like, I'd rather not share. I'm just, you know, we just out here making conversation like a monkey and asking because I'm curious, but like, never be afraid to be like, I would rather not talk about this, and we shall move on. Because again, at the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff that is not my business, and I don't want you to feel obligated to answer any question. I talk about loneliness, never live with someone's description of being totally devoid of meaningful interaction. I'm just a viewer to a streamer, but it's nice to talk. No, man. Ah! No, that is not the relationship here. We're just friends, man. Well, okay. I understand what you're saying, though. That's... Ooh, me saying that, I'm just like, that's really cursed, because I'm still just a stranger on the internet. I don't mean it as in, like, we're besties. As much as I want to be besties with everyone that comes around, but again, we're all just people on the internet. But you know what I mean, right? Like, I hope you understand that I'm just like we're here for a good time and to chat and to hang out and to make new friends and meet new people. Because the world is a little too big these days and it gets hard to do that. Ah! My sheer panic. I'm turning on the wrong perspective by mistake. But sorry, what were we talking a second ago? My brain just got completely distracted because I also got a message from someone that I read. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the beautiful thing about art in any form, right? So whether that be a painting or a book or a text or anything, it's so comforting and incredible, right, to find someone who you kind of can feel maybe understands an experience that you've had or what you experience and no one else in the world has ever or it is comforting, right, to find people who have similar experiences as you. And it's getting harder. The world is getting bigger and more complex, man. Also, hello, Kevin. How are you going today? I tired. Oh no. Well then it's time for bed. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I know it's not late, but it's not early either. It's already 9, so could, if you wanted to, just go to bed. I was cautious on the internet and try and keep people's boundaries in mind. That's very considerate of you. I appreciate that really deeply, because more than once, I always feel really... I've more than once been put into awkward situations where people come into stream and act as if... talk to me as if I'm their best friend, and I'm just like, I really appreciate you coming by to hang out, but remember your boundaries, sir. No, like, don't call me by my name. Don't do that. Don't give me nicknames. Don't, you know, when I say, how's it going? I really don't want to hear about... There's some things that, you know what I'm saying? I'm always really happy to listen, but something that does surprise me sometimes is how open and forward people can be on the internet with total strangers. So I appreciate you keeping that in mind. But I do also always welcome people to kind of like, especially since this is time I also pose the question, like, speak your fullest mind. Getting personal is fine, it's what connects people, assuming that was to me. Oh, you're involved, for sure. I came back just remembered one thing. Okay, I felt I had to share over US British Empire. Hope you're having a great day. I'm doing alright, thank you, Kevin. Trauma dumping in chat happens a lot, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to say this in a way that's not mean, because I certainly don't mean this like, yeah, no, you can only talk about pre-approved topics in stream, which is not true at all. But I think Kevin understands what I'm talking about. Sorry, hold on. My mom is also texting. I'm gonna respond to her real quick. Okay, sorry. I had to respond real quick. I was taught the Vox Rebellion was absolutely horrible because poor British Western invaders, and I got in actual trouble for asking like why. Man, I hate that. Like education, and you ask why and they get all upset and spaghetti. Like, bro. When I used to stream, I had a regular who treated me like their therapist. I get you. Yeah. 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 It's also just interesting because it's because of something I've kind of discovered through streaming is like you can kind of tell someone's age by their conversation tendencies as well. I don't want to say it's always true, but like it always felt like people that I kind of knew. Also, like again, some of these things, this is not always true, but it's like the trends that I observed. It's like, and then confirmed about like understanding this person on the younger side. Like I noticed that younger people will kind of come in and start talking about their like if I'm playing Splatoon, for example, and then people would come in and start talking about Splatoon, their interests, blah blah blah, and they wouldn't like, but whereas like yeah, they would talk about their interests and stuff that they like to do, and like it would be mostly kind of me quote quote listening to the stream, so no one's talking except my big fucking voice. But then like usually older people will kind of say hello, how's it going, and stuff like that. More kind of yeah, like ask me how I'm doing and whatnot, and what's going on today. And again, I don't think I just want to clarify, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't mean as in like, oh, kids. But it's just kind of more tendencies that I just noticed about like how age demographic impacts like how you engage in chat. I've always thought that I shouldn't drop much on people because they're probably dealing with problems of their own. That's very, very noble of you is the way wrong way to say it. It's super condescending and not right at all. But like it is really admirable for you to think that way because not everyone thinks that way. For sure, even their intelligence full circle for today's stream. True! I'll have to use our antiquated language. No, no, no! I'm out for real now though. Good night. Bye, Rogue. Have fun at your viewing party. Anyway, sorry. So I was again responding to my mom. My mom, I love my mom. She texts me a lot. Mama's girl. Anyways, I am though. I love my mom. My mom's great. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, like kind of you can tell age demographic based on how people treat the streamer, for sure. And again, all this sounds kind of whoa! Why did it look like that? Okay, we're gonna undo that operation. Again, I don't know, I always go a little back and forth on it too, because it's flattering in a way too. Like I am happy that people people feel comfortable enough around when they come to stream to like, talk personally and share and be open, because I really, really enjoy and want to make an open, safe space where people can do that, because let's be real, the real world is shit. It's hard to find people to talk to, and it's hard to find people to understand you, and it's even if they don't understand you, it's hard to find people who will listen to you sometimes, because nowadays people are so bad at listening. Like, the media is always up in our faces and we're always told to be on the media, and it drives me crazy a lot of the time. But if people can come around stream and find a little comfort and feel as if like they feel comfortable to like share what's going on and like talk openly, and I'm so happy. Like that is my goal of this space. But also, again, like I said, I swing back and forth on it. Be cognizant that like there's people on the internet who are like, you know, they'll listen to your problems and they'll do their best to understand, but they're not your therapist, and they're not gonna fix any of your problems, you know. And be careful of their boundaries too. I uninstalled, stopped using most of my social media. And just blocked a bunch of people. It's all just noise. Should just focus on positive relationships. For sure, for sure. I don't know. Like, I feel so greatly blessed to be living in the age of the internet, right? Where, for example, in a time, like, we live in a time now where, like, it's a complicated relationship. Like, the source of the noise is also how you find people to understand you, because you don't really meet that many people in your real life, but there's so many people in the world, right? And loneliness is something that eats up so many people, and it just hurts so much sometimes, right? Like, if you feel lonely, it hurts. And thinking about how much loneliness exists in the world also hurts. Both of those things hurt a lot. And so, being able to meet people on the internet is such a beautiful thing because, again, we live in a different age where we're not constrained by geography. We have the power to talk to someone and meet someone across the world. But again, also, the thing that fixes the thing that fixes the noise in our like, I don't know, the thing that fixes the quietness in our head also becomes the noise, too much noise in our head. I don't know if any of this making sense, but very much so. I never understood why you'd keep people you hate on your friends list. For sure, you know, keep your enemies close. Little toxic. But you know, it's complicated too, though. You know, I always have also reservations, quote quote, about cutting people in your life that you don't like out either, because yeah, I was actually talking about this with our good buddy Life Virus, who's comes around stream every now and then. But you know, it's very rare to meet someone who will hate you, or it's very rare to have people in your life that will hate you, because hate is work. Hating someone takes work. It's easy to dislike someone. It's very easy to dislike someone, but it takes a lot of work to hate someone. does it? I hate people and I just try to avoid them. I don't want to hate them. Well, I don't think it's necessarily that you want to hate them. It's like, it's kind of... My personal experience with hate is that, like... I'm trying to think of a way kind of to describe this. Or sorry, I'm also just kind of trying to break down, I'm kind of trying to break down, what I mean by this. Because I think, so, I try to avoid them. That is a conscious decision you're making to kind of, like, try and not be near them. That's one thing. That makes sense. I've only ever seen it, to maintain, I've had people gossip about, yeah. But it may cause it because I've known a lot of immature people. I think... it takes energy to be spiteful. I agree that... Again, sorry, I'm stuttering a little because I'm still kind of just reflecting on my own experiences and thinking about, like, do I really agree when I say it takes energy to hate people? Because I think it's very easy to dislike people. It's very easy to dislike people. Someone chews too loud. Someone, kind of, you don't like the way they talk. They make they don't tell funny jokes, like, in a sense that, like, you find their jokes inappropriate or whatever. But I think hating someone, it's a very extreme emotion. So part of me also as well, when I agree with Life Virus or I agree when he says, like, it's hard to hate. He doesn't say it's hard to hate people, but he said, like, one, you'll rarely find people who, like, hate you, because hate takes effort. Hate is an extreme. It's a very extreme adjective, right? And because of that, I also want to believe that, I also want to think, right, you know, like, most people don't want to hate someone because it is awful. Hating someone is awful, I think. And it eats you up more than eats them up. Bot? Jesus fucking Christ. Be gone, bot. Get it. Ban the bot. So part of me also says that, well, also wants to think that hating someone is hard, because, you know, naturally we don't love doing hard things in life, and I don't want people to hate each other, obviously. And maybe that's my idealistic nature talking, like, that's the non-cynical side of me talking. The part of me that wants everyone to get along. But the thing is, my experiences with hate, the people I've always hated, I found that it was me, basically, trying to say I hate this person to hide the fact that I felt more sad than anything and heartbroken. So I can really only think of, like, I can think of two people in my life that I've really hated. One, I hate her mostly because, you know what, I'm just gonna straight up tell this story. And you know what, if this woman, she's never gonna hear it probably, but if she ever does hear it, I want to say a royal fuck you to you. Maybe, again, maybe too hateful, but sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this because I'm trying really hard to fully process and think about kind of what it is I'm trying to say. But let me explain my two cases of hate. So the first case was when I was in high school. I needed a lift home from school And so I asked my mom to come pick me up. And she very unfortunately got into a car accident outside of our house. Like, fortunately, no one got hurt. Her and the other driver, totally fine. But the other driver was a 16-year-old girl who had just gotten out of school. Or sorry, just gotten her license, my bad. And she was driving into our neighborhood. She didn't even live in our neighborhood. She was friends with the girl who lived next to us, so she was going to her house. So she kind of went through a stop sign, and my mom was pulling out of the driveway. And we live kind of... The house that I grew up in is like kind of at a T intersection. So this girl, my mom basically T-boned her. And again, very fortunate that since my mom was just coming out of the driveway, she wasn't going super fast. So nobody got hurt. Again, like, truly, thank goodness no one got hurt. And so this girl publicly admitted that she was like, I just should have come to a full stop at the stop sign or whatever, because she'd also just gotten her license. It must have been very horrific and traumatic for her. And my mom felt so bad, right? She hit this teenage girl's car. My mom was like absolutely destroyed. So a couple weeks later, we are shoveling, we were shoveling snow in the driveway, and this woman, a white car pulls up. And the woman who's driving the car is the mother of the girl that my mom hit. And she rolls down her window and talks to my dad, because my dad is shoveling at the front of the driveway, and she says, "Is your wife here?" And my mom, dad, and I were all outside, so it's very obvious like his wife was here. And my dad knew who this lady was, right? Because we'd met her before, and he was like, "Yeah, I think you should leave." And she's like, "No, I want to talk to your wife right now." And my dad is kind of like, "That's not a good idea. Whatever." And this woman's like, "I want to talk to the woman who almost killed my daughter." And so my mom, kind of just seeing what was going on, like, didn't really hear, but she walked on over. And this woman just fucking went off. Like, "Who do you think you are? You should have been more careful when coming at her driveway. You hit my daughter. You could have killed her. I know people like you aren't good at driving, but you need to be more careful." Not only was it racist, this woman should have just been so thankful that her daughter walked away from that accident without a scratch. Maybe her ego's hurt, for sure. 16-year-old girl driving way too fast in a neighborhood and gets into a car accident. Her ego, whatever. But this woman, I have never been more angry in my life. And to this day, this is probably the only thing in my life that I still feel horrifically angry about. And in that moment, I remember, because I was about 16, because we were shoveling as well, I wanted to, more than anything, take my shovel and smash in her windshield and say, "Oops, you guys got another car to buy, I guess." I wanted to smash in her windshield with my shovel, more than anything. So deeply. And to this day, it's the angriest I've ever felt. So that is my case 1 of anger. And I'm just thinking about that, right? And do I hate that woman? I don't even know if it's hate. I pity her for being so pathetic and so narcissistic to do something like that. To be so, like, morally pathetic is kind of how I describe it. Again, your daughter admitted she was in the wrong for going through a stop sign. And you should, more than anything, be happy that she's alive. Because she could have been dead, and things could have been a lot worse. So, do I hate this woman? I don't know. I really don't know. But I do know that I pity her, because someone, like, who acts like that, goes around thinking they can act like that, is pitiful and sad and just, again, who hurt you to think that you can hurt other people like that? Who, like, truly, no sane person would go around doing shit like that. Like, you know, she's a Karen, and, like, Karens aren't normal. So I feel upset, honestly, that, like, she never learned how to express herself, and I feel upset That maybe we live in a society as well that let someone like that down, who clearly has like something that doesn't work right in their brain to think that you can treat people like that, and never was able to seek help for it. There's too many parents like that in the world. Yeah, like, I get it. I get it. Your little girl, she is your precious daughter. I'm not saying that you should be, like furious that, like, someone hit her. I think she, like, I understand if you're, like, mad that, like, someone else's bad driving essentially could have almost killed your daughter, but it's psychotic to drive out of your way to this person's house again and threaten them. It's psychotic. It's truly psychotic. Honestly, just telling that story makes my blood boil a little bit. I don't consider myself like a really angry person in life. I'm very willing to kind of forgive and forget a lot of the time, but this woman, I'm filled with hate. But again, I don't even know if it's hate. It's just pity and just, I don't know. What's the feeling, like, what's like the adjective or the feeling that you can describe how you feel towards someone but about pathetic? Because it was just truly pathetic that this woman was behaved like that. I think and I feel secondhand embarrassment that she thinks that like going around like that is an appropriate way to treat people, because like she probably drove off thinking that she did the right thing, right? I don't know. It's kind of like how I always tell my sister, or like not tell my sister, but like my sister gets a little road rage sometimes, and she likes to honk for reasons not worth honking about. She likes to use honking to like vent her anger, and I'm always just like, did that make you feel better? And she'll be like, yes, and then later on she'll kind of be like, no, it didn't, and I'll be like, yeah, thank you, calm down. So I guess the second case that I was gonna say of my quote-quote hatred is in high school. Essentially, I had some good friends. There were 3 of them, so there were 4 of us total. We were like a little gang, and they kind of started cutting me out of their activities, and I didn't really understand why. And at the time, I didn't understand why. And it kind of led to us like having a bit of an explosive like breakup, explosive friendship breakup, and we had a lot of mutual friends. And around that time, unfortunately, I didn't really know this, but she'd been kind of saying nasty things about me behind my back to these friends. So a lot of the friends also grew to dislike me, and so for like basically because of that, like I ended up not really having any friends at all for like a while in high school. And so for a while I hated them, right? Because I was like, it's because of them that like like again, no friends, whatever, blah blah blah. And I'll be completely honest, I mean, again, now that I'm older, I've had a couple years to think about it, and one, I found that the anger has faded because hating them took effort. And the thing is, like, it takes effort to remember all the instances in quote that I'd been wronged, right? I think there were some times that I was in the right to be upset with them, and there were some times that I was in the wrong. So that's when I say maybe anger or hate takes effort, because you have to remember the things that people have done to you. If you hate a person, right? You have to remember how you've been wronged. And I think that's a lot of work and a lot of effort, because like, that's just how memory works. Your memories will deteriorate over time, and your memory of an event will also change. And so as time went on, I found that I was forgetting, really, kind of, why, like, those instances in which that I felt wronged that led to me hating them. And I realized, again, this is almost a decade after the fact. Actually, more than a decade now. This happened over 10 years ago. And honestly, if I think back to that time, I don't remember any hatred or anger at all. More than anything, I remember being sad that I felt left out. That's my big takeaway from this whole thing. And I realized that, like, again, having been able to stew and think about it for 10 years, I did kind of realize that I also had some bad behavior. Like, yes, they should have not, like, kind of just, like, cut me out and started ghosting me and then kind of, like, borderline gaslighting me. But also, I could have been nicer about some things. Stuff like that, you know? People don't suddenly start doing bad things to you for no reason, right? If someone starts giving you the cold shoulder, it probably does mean you did something that upset them, whether or not that's justified. And, you know, it's up to, like, you can ask them, they should talk to you about it. Everyone in the world should just be a little better at communicating their feelings. That's a given. Or, not a given, but that's important. But anyways, yeah, that's my whole spiel about that. Hot take, friend breakups are way worse than romantic breakups. Oh no, for sure, I agree. Then again, I've never been in, like, a long enough term relationship for it to really matter that much, honestly. I can imagine if you broke up with your partner of, like, a decade, right? That's a different story. I guess that's true. I agree that one friend can cause you to lose an entire group. Also, hello, Snow. How's it going? How you doing today? I apologize that you tuned in at such a dramatic moment where you're talking about hate and the nature of hate. Because the older I get, the more... I don't mean it as in, like... The older I get, and that's not to say, I don't mean that as in, like, yeah, you outgrow feeling hatred. But the older I've gotten, the more I'm realizing that experiencing hatred actually takes some amount of effort, like, at least for me. And I'm exhausted. I'm tired, man. I think for a long time, I felt really hateful of a lot of things, and I found that it was wearing me out, and I was tired. I was exhausted. And so, again, it's not to say that it's as easy as choose peace, but more often I'm kind of trying to, like, learn, like, just choose peace, quote, quote. Choose to let it go and not let it bother you. And sometimes it can't be helped, but in the cases that you can't help it, it's not worth getting so worked up over everything. Even if someone else has wronged you, you can also be the bigger person and just let it go. Again, all this easier said than done, and all this is very situational, so I don't mean that as in, like, anyone who experiences hate is the smaller person, but this is just kind of a life that I'm trying to teach myself how to live. It's fine, I have really bad bags under my eyes. No! Wait, Snow, yeah, it's like it's almost 1 a.m. for you. Get some rest. I used to hate this girl that cheated on me, but I don't really care about it anymore. And, like, see, that's a pretty serious offense, cheating on someone. I can't even if I wanted to. What if I hit you really hard with the frying pan? Will that help you sleep? Excuse me. Gross, this little, like, weird burp came up during that. And you guys didn't need to know that. I'm so sorry for sharing. Oh, it's actually slightly different green. They're not, the leaves and the stems aren't really the same color. Or like the stem of the flower is not fully the same color as the leaf. It's slightly brighter. Or yellow. But anyways, yeah, if I smack you hard enough with the frying pan, will that help, Snow? That'll definitely knock you out. Something about this looks really wrong. I can't put my finger on it. Okay, it's definitely one that, like, these, like, stocky dudes are, like, really chunky compared to, the leaves. And I was like, maybe they need to be bent more, but I'm looking at these pictures, right? And they, like, stand up quite straight. I mean, I think it also needs a lot more leaves. I think that's part of it. Oh shit, it's already almost 10, by the way. I didn't even notice how late it was. I'm probably gonna end up, wrap up real soon, maybe within the next, like, 10 minutes or so? How dare you? I'm sorry, please! Don't report me! How is this to get work done if I can't watch you work in the background? Oh shit. Watch a VOD. Sunglasses. Also, I'm glad that you do work during the work streams, because this is what they're for. Little common work area. What you working on, by the way, if I may ask? Working on the small showcase trailer for my education game. Oh hell yeah! Is it dropping soon for like public? 'Cause I want to get educated. That sounded weird. Why'd I say it like that? It sounded like a fucking robot. It sounded like I don't have a soul. How it doing? How is the education game doing? Extra hours and no extra pay this pay. No, I'm sorry to hear that. And hopefully once it releases that it might change. We just do the version for school, not a public version. Oh. Okay, it's time. Well, I'm in school, I'm a student, why don't I get it? Sorry, I need to check one screenshot for something. One of my references. I have such a chaotic reference system. Like, instead of just saving everything to a Pinterest board on Pinterest, I just screenshot so much shit and I can never fucking find it because I screenshot too much shit. for 4th through 6th grade. Are you in 4th through 6th grade? I could probably pull that off. Like, come on, Kevin, you've seen that. You've seen how big I am. It ain't big. I ain't big. I probably could pull it off if I really wanted to. No, you can't. Shut the fuck up! Not with that attitude! When listening to music like this, I feel like anything I say or think would have some grand emotional meaning. Have you seen that meme? I don't know who needs to hear this, but boop boop beep beep boop beep beep. Save energy! I'm sorry, I swear I'm an intelligent, respectable person, I promise. Question, would you guys rather start in the maze and find your way out, or start outside and work your way to the middle? I think start outside and work my way to the middle. The logic behind that, no idea, but... Sorry, I didn't work my way out. Oh damn, if I'm out, I'll know if I'm outside, but not if I'm in the middle. Well, I mean, I'm assuming in the middle there'd be something, right? Telling me like, wow, you did it! Right? I didn't think of that probably outside then. What happened to the spheres? Oh, they're just like all the way over there. What the fuck happened there? Probably had my scaling, like my move tool set to something funky, like object instead of world. Sorry, I have, again, references open on the side here that I'm kind of taking a look at. Okay, yeah, I think I'm kind of, again, like I said, I think I said this earlier, but this stream was gonna be a little chaotic no matter what because, wait, the internal sphere. It needs a material, yeah, I have like a couple ideas of what I want to model next, but I wasn't really too sure what, but I think I have a bit of a clearer idea now. After doing this plant, and kind of just like through sitting and scrolling through like the references, like kind of what I'm really vibing out, and you know what, I kind of want to do, model this, no, that's a gun! That was such a... I don't know where that response came from, but something about that was so comical. What? Model this? No, that's a gun! Anyways, yeah. I think... You know what? Actually, no. I'm not gonna say it yet, because what if I think about it for a little longer, and oh my god, why did this whole fucking thing turn yellow? case yeah, but I'm not gonna say anything quite yet, just in case I change my mind. But I think I know what we're gonna do next. Anyways, another question, because that's my thing for free. My thing. Travel for free food and everything, but you have to leave every 6 months or be stuck at your home state forever. But free expenses. I'd travel, man. I get restless so easily. Know what I want to stay anywhere for more than 6 months. I like how everyone's picking the travel option. What is number 1 on everyone's travel list? Haha, take that, Snow. My turn to ask a question. Get wrecked. What's number 1 on everyone's travel destination list right now? If you had to pick one. Seoul. Yeah, take that, Snow. Oh my god, bits! Ah. Thank you for the bits again, Pterodox. I apologize, no worries. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to be ending stream within the next couple minutes. But thank you for coming back. Alaska or Canada? Oh, Canada's... I really do want to go to Canada soon. France. Ooh. Whereabouts in France? You can just call me Terry if it's easier. I have no real preference. It's up to you. I always like to call people by what they prefer. I'll be here for next one. Hell yeah, next stream is gonna be Sunday. Although it's not gonna be art. We're gonna be trying to hit triple digits on our death counter in Tears of the Kingdom. I hear the sound is nice, yeah. I feel like it's a stereotype too, be like, yeah, you'll find me in the south of France, you know? Probably Paris to first peep the hype and just go around the place. Nice, nice. I remember when I was little, a long time ago, I went to Paris, and it is quite a nice city. I also want to tell you I'm currently looking for artists to work with me on new projects. I'll give you more info off stream. Okay. Sounds good. I will say, just for a little bit of context, I'm a grad student, right now. And man, if it was the start of summer, it'd be a very different story. But the semester does start again very soon, and I am already on way too many projects. So, all ears. Definitely, you've piqued my interest. But fair warning, I am a busy bee. This will be after semester. Trust me, I get it. 4 jobs and full-time student. Yep. Yep. That's basically my existence too. It's enjoyable, at least. I consider myself extremely fortunate that I all of my work right now, both paid and like unpaid, because I do volunteer on some thesis projects too. It does at least get to all be stuff that I want to be doing. But it doesn't change the fact that it's a lot of time out of my life, and it gets exhausting. Also, yeah, these are huge. That's what looks grossly wrong about this. They're fucking massive. They're like half the... Oh my god, okay. This is what... That's why they look so wrong. I, like, took a good look at the peace lilies just a second ago, and I was like, wait, hold up, like... Glad you're getting good backing. Thank you. I'm very happy about it too. It's been really nice. Like, especially as a grad student, there's quite a lot of opportunities. More like, especially for paid work, I found way more than undergrad. Like, not just like, I don't mean like outside in real world job or whatever. I also mean like on campus and like with faculty. But also, yeah, a quick question or a comment, Pterodox. If you happen to have like a link or something. Or you could post it in the, if you happen to have like a link kind of about it, that'd be greatly preferred. I do apologize for not like responding to the Discord friend request, just mainly because like my Discord, I essentially, why did it go like that? What did I just press? Boolean difference. I tend to not really accept friend requests these days, especially since like, cause my Discord right now is so overloaded, man. Like, I really need to find it. I know that there's a beta feature where you can essentially have multiple Discords, but like, my Discord right now is such a mess of like a mix of like personal life and hanging out with friends, and then also professional kind of stuff and stream stuff. It's like, it's kind of a lot. So I do, and again, if I end up accepting one friend request, then I kind of have to accept them for all, out of total fairness. And my Discord again has already boomed a little too much recently. I'm not even popular, man. Just people trying to get me for like, hey, where's that thing I asked for? And I'm like, please leave me alone. I didn't finish it yet. I said next week. Stuff like that. I had an issue that not long ago in a record server. Too many people tried adding me. I hate people like that. Yeah, so I do prefer in general like stuff to not really be going through like DM / off stream, or if anything like a whisper via Twitch, because again my Discord is just so cluttered these days and it gets a little frustrating sometimes. Maybe a better word is overwhelming. Yeah, overwhelming. It's a little too much for me sometimes. contrary to popular belief, I actually very much enjoy a quiet, peaceful existence. People don't bother me too much. Now, no one tries to add me, what the heck? I mean, these are just people who, like, you know, like, add jerk or whatever. Like, every person they see, they add them. You want me to link it both via Whisper and in your server? I think Whisper would be the best on Twitch. Because, again, server would also be fine, but I don't know if you feel comfortable, like, posting it publicly. Because, again, the server is public. Anyone would be able to see it. Although it could be a good opportunity to try and get other people's eyes on it. Can you guys hear the sirens? Yeah, I hear the microphone picking it up, bruh. Or not hear the microphone, I can see the microphone picking it up. Yeah, it's so loud, man. You can post it from it, but I'm wondering bringing it's classified. Yeah, then Whisper is fine. I'll do it via Whisper. Alright, I'll take a look when I get a chance. A little busy tomorrow, unfortunately. Oh, speaking of tomorrow, shoot, I need to... Okay, anyways, I'm gonna end for today because I want to also go take a quick shower. I'm very, like... It wasn't even hot today, but it was a little humid today, which was a little weird for, you know, LA. And I want to crawl into bed and read my book. Anyways. Humid L, yeah. I don't hate humidity. I'm very used to it. I'm very good. I have good tolerance for humid, like, hot and humid weather, because I've grown up in it. But, yeah. Still sticky nonetheless. Anyways, that's it for me for today. Thanks, guys, for coming by. Next stream is going to be Sunday. We are going to be doing The Wind Temple in Tears of the Kingdom. So, Kevin, steer clear spoilers. Remember last time you came in, you're like, ah, spoilers, bye! That was hilarious. That cracked me up. Bye, stay well. Stay wasted. No, the deed does exist, Snow. It's been 3 years and I will never forget! Anyways, yeah. Thank you everyone for coming by. Have a good rest of your days. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. And No Name, please get some rest. It is so late for you right now. Or not. You know, that is your choice completely. But rest is nice. Anyways, yeah. I will see you on Sunday. Bye now!